Hello everyone, this is me, Catapu. I am back again with another Hyperscape video. I'm a small Twitch streamer trying to make it big in the cruel world on YouTube too. Today we're going to be talking about the new patch release and patch notes, patch 1.1 for Hyperscape. This is, as the dev said, the biggest update that has been since season 1 release, and there's going to be a lot more coming in the future, especially with the season 2 coming up as well. So we're going to be touching some console, even though I'm not a console player. I don't know if it's good or bad, whatever the changes they made, but they definitely did it something to improve the game for console players, and they had big focus since they introduced console into Hyperscape. So the first update is going to be controller response curve setting that they introduced in this new patch. So there's going to be 2 new settings that have been added for controller aiming. So aim response curve, classic curve, and linear curve toggle. It used to be only classic by default. And then there's aim acceleration on and off. So like any other big company and other big game, another thing that they implemented is player feedback. So in the elimination screen, you will now be able to report a player if you think they're hacking, if you think they're being unfair, which is, I think, a really good thing, especially when a lot of games like that, people tend to get toxic a little bit. And I think Ubisoft is trying to make a friendly community, and they also have a big focus on hackers. Not hackers, well, you know, people who are using aimbots and whatever. So I think this is a very good design, and it's already, like, from the early start that they're really focusing on it, and they really want to prevent any unfair play and make the game as enjoyable as possible to their player base, which is really awesome. So congratulations for that. I think it's really cool. Okay, so the criteria, the things you can report other people for in the elimination screen is cheating, inactivity, harassment, griefing, poor teamwork, communications abuse, and offensive username. So yay, because I've seen some really offensive usernames, and I was like, how was it like even approved? Because you know, you can go to Ubisoft page, you can change your username, you can change your nickname, and they say, I was like, don't use any offensive language. But then again, I've seen people running with the F word around. So yeah. Alright, now moving on to the fun part, weapons. So they got some changes for Hexfire, Mammoth, I'm heartbroken, but I understand where they're coming from, I understand the reasoning, and I think it's a good change, nonetheless. Mammoth has been very efficient weapon, so was Hexfire, and Hexfire was like the first pick. Everybody was going for Hexfire. At endgame, literally every single person was running Hexfire, and it's insane. But a lot of people don't have a good aim. With Hexfire, you have to go like really up close. Anyway, so the first weapon is Hexfire. So they reduced the clip size on Hexfire, so it's starting off with 100 when it used to be 150 bullets, and then it's gonna be going by 20. So 100, 120, 140, 160, and 180. When it used to be max clip size 270. So I think it's good. And it's reduced overall aim assist as well. Alright, our beloved Mammoth is getting a nerf. It's getting a nerf, guys. Mammoth's getting a nerf. Anyway, it's fine. It's not a big deal. I think it's a good change. I think it's a very good change for Mammoth. Okay, so damage across fusions is going to be lowered by 1 and then at max by 2. So what I'm trying to say is each projectile is going to be dealing now 4 damage. So with the Mammoth, you get 15 projectiles, dealing 4 damage each, when it used to be 5. And at maxed out level, you're going to be dealing 5. So it's going to be, the max damage that you can put out with Mammoth without a critical shot is going to be 75, when it used to be 105. Alright? And then a clip size to balance it out, to compensate for whatever they're taking away from us. They're going to let you to do more shots, so they increase the clip size from 5 to 6 at level 1, and at maxed out level, they are going to be increasing to 10 instead of 9. So just a little bit to balance it out. And I think it's a good change. You won't have those random magic shots, but like they just like, and you one shot when you're full HP. And it's really frustrating, especially having a good game and then some plebby is running around and you just run into him by an accident and you get gunned down with one shot because you were just there. Next, we're moving to Protocol. Protocol 5. So, damage fall off is 150 meters. We've added a lens flare when aiming at contenders. The protocol's damage will now decrease after 150 meters to prevent getting a one-shot killed by players located extremely far from the action. We've also added a lens flare when players are aiming with the rifle to give warning to their potential victims. Both these changes should give more opportunities to escape or counterattack against snipers. I couldn't care less for snipers. I don't think this game is made for sniper rifles. I think the sniper rifle is in this game just for the variety. I mean, yes, there's some really cool people who can do their trick shots and whatever, but I don't think this is the place to have a sniper rifle, even though everybody's running on the roof. You just end up with having these people who just constantly camp the roofs, hiding, looking for their potential victims, trying to snipe them, where they have no aim whatsoever, or they shoot you once, because it's really hard to one-shoot somebody with a sniper. And it has to be maxed out for you to do full damage, so you can one-shot. And normally these campers end up getting killed anyway. You're gonna shoot somebody, the motherfucker's gonna slam on you, and you're dead. Because you only then have one weapon to fight them close quarters. Next we have our lovely Salvo. When you're trying to drop and get a good weapon first, what do you see? You see a Salvo. When you're running around and trying to get the second weapon, what do you see? You see a Salvo. The infamous weapon. Okay, so what Salvo gets is reduce grenades rebound by 20% to make them more predictable. And proximity detonation radius is 0.7 R. Previously it was 0.65 R. Radius? Is R radius? Radius probably. So they just increase the radius by a little bit. Developers note, the Salvo is by far the least used weapon currently, and we feel it has a lot to do with its unpredictability. The only place I find Salvo useful is when you're fighting somebody inside a building, inside those tiny buildings, on like in a staircase, where you can land 2 shots. It does a pretty decent amount of damage. I mean, I killed some motherfuckers when they're running away from me through like a corridor or whatever, and it's very rewarding. But I wouldn't trust and count to win the game or any other kind of fight with a Salvo. I'm never going to be picking Salvo. Salvo is one of those weapons as well. Kind of doesn't really belong here in the game. It's kind of like the variety part of it, just to have more weapons and selection. Because I understand, if there's no Salvos, there's no sniper, everybody's just going to be finding the Rippers, Harpies. We're moving on to my least favorite weapon is Riot. It's probably because I'm not very good with it. It's also probably because other people are really good with it. I understand that it's very hard to aim with Riot, and it should be rewarding when you get a shot and when you kill somebody. But it's got a little bit of a nerf. Its damage been decreased by 2. So damage across fusions is now going to be 25, 27, 29, 32, 36. So it used to be on the base weapon, it used to be 26, now it's 25, and maxed out it used to be 38 damage, and now it's 36 damage. I don't think it's going to be much of a difference, to be honest. I felt like damage per shot should be lowered by definitely a little bit more. Just a tiny bit. Because it seems too viable, especially across those FPS professionals. They land 2 shots on you, they pull a second weapon, which is probably going to be a Harpy or a Mammoth, and you're dead. And that's it. You don't even have the time to react. It's 2 seconds and you're down. But anyway, there's not a lot of these players, and as I said, it should be rewarding. I agree to that. Developer notes, we have marginally reduced damage of the riot, as it was starting to dominate a bit too much with a high level of efficiency as both an opening and closing weapon. There we go. This is what I'm saying. The damage reduction is only 4 to 5% across all fusion levels, with the goal to lower the overall damage output rather than changing the weapon behavior. I don't believe this change is going to reduce the popularity of the weapon. I think it's just going to be used as normally. I think it's just going to probably give other people a chance. I mean, it is very punishing. If you miss one shot, it's very punishing for the person shooting that weapon. But a lot of people don't miss those shots. Just saying. Another very exciting thing that they've changed is the crown and showdown. So, apparently they had a lot of complaints, especially from console part, that it's impossible to catch up with the crown bearers. So it's an easy win for the person who already gets the crown, and that's pretty much it, because people were struggling to catch a crown bearer and take him down. Apparently PC players didn't have that much of a struggle, but it's been pretty big issue on consoles. So what they've done is pretty interesting. So crown bearer cooldown penalty is 300%. Previously it used to be 150. So it's a big hit. So hacks are gonna be taking half a minute to go off cooldown. So you're really gonna have to counting on your ability to dodge and to slide and glide and jump around like a crazy hoe. Also, the crown victory timer has been increased from 45 seconds to 60 seconds. So now you're gonna be running around for a whole minute. I don't know if the cooldown should have been, the cooldown penalty should have been increased by 300%. Could have done 200 and kept the crown victory timer to 60. And I think that should have been enough. Anyway, there's a third bullet point, which is crown bearer's outline is now yellow. Previously used to be red. I was running colorblind mode anyway, so whatever. So yeah, developers knows we received a lot of feedback from the community telling us the crown bearer was too hard to beat, especially on console. We confirmed there were indeed too many crown victories in the game currently. The crown is intended to be a tiebreaker during showdown, not the main way to win a crown rush mode. And I agree. It's a battle royale. You wanna kill the motherfuckers. You wanna shoot every motherfucker. And this is what it's meant to be about. The crown is a nice addition. I'm not a huge fan of the crown in general. I want the last man standing to win. I want to be the last man standing. Every game. But I'm not. But this is what makes it work. But the showdown was 3-4 people left. I just want the motherfuckers to kill each other. Third party each other. Just beat each other. With sticks. Another change is aim assist. Controller aim assist setting is now a slider from 0 to 100 and not just an on and off option. Aim assist for PC controller has been reduced. Just get a keyboard and a mouse. You won't need any assisting. And you can just then go and watch my tutorials on aiming. How to improve your aim. Oh, that's another good one. So another good change is decimal mouse setting. Settings for mouse sensitivity are now offering decimals values on the sliders, which I think is really cool. Which I think I was really missing when I was setting my sensitivity. It's 9 is too slow, 10 is too fast. I want something in between. And I think this is going to be awesome. So kudos. Kudos, developers. Congratulations. You're the winners of this patch notes update. Whatever. There's some updates for Twitch Crowncast extension. Kudos. So kudos are now bigger and displayed for a longer time, 7 seconds, which is actually very good because I never noticed it. It only happens once. And I was like, what? Really? Especially when you fight. You don't see these things. You focus on your target. Alright, so then they changed game events. Game event rotation. 3 events, previously 2. So instead of 2 events, there's going to be 3. Oh, they've done a bug fix as well. Online. Fixed an issue where players from the other regions than the Americas would get matchmaking errors when not able to ping any data center. Also, fix an issue where long matchmaking times would occur during high loads if you were part of the last players to join in the queue. It's very good. Because that's so good. That's so good. Matchmaking times were ridiculous. Because you get into the lobby's full, and nothing's happening. So, I didn't expect them to address these things so quickly. They've done it so quickly. They're doing such a good job. Alright, there's a couple more left. So they changed hacks, fixed an issue with challenges requiring eliminations or assist would not progress or complete when using the mine hack. Never did the challenges, but hopefully it's going to help some of you. Congratulations. Gameplay, fixed an issue where picking up weapons from the ground would sometimes cause them to disappear. Never experienced this one. And another issue, fixed an issue where contenders would sometimes get stuck under the map before the eliminated screen appeared at the end of the match. It's like literally every game has that bug when you just appear under the map. Never experienced it myself either. So, congrats. And then some changes in UI as well. Fix an issue where the incorrect month was displayed during incoming maintenance messages. Who notices these things? I never do. But congrats, people. Good job. Fix an issue where thumbnails for bundles were incorrectly resized when focused on in the weekly shop. Never noticed it. Fix an issue where the string text was present during the crowning ceremony screen at the end of the match. Never noticed it only once. But congratulations. General. Fix multiple crashes and improve the general stability of the game. Last one really had to be addressed. My game crashes at least 2 times a session, a 5-hour session, and it's frustrating. And it crashes in the match. Imagine me running around with 10 kills, about to win the game, while hoping that I'm about to win the game, and crashing. Hurts more than being killed. Hurts more. You didn't even get the chance to put on a fight. All you want to do is kick your computer and monitor, even though it's not their fault. But there we are. This is the game. Alright, so these were the patch notes for patch 1.1 for Hyperscape. Let me know what you think. I think it's a really good patch. I think they've done a really good job. The devs are really paying attention to what the community has to say. They really, not only to what community has to say, but they're really actually doing a proper research and seeing what's wrong, what's unfair, and what's happening inside the game and inside the matches. So I think they have really active team, which I'm very happy about. And it's really sad to see that this game is not as popular as it should be. I think it deserves a lot more credit, but I think as they go along, as they improve the game, fix all these bugs or whatever, addressing these crashes, and just trying to bring balance to the game and be as well more welcoming to new players, I think it's gonna pop up. I think they're doing a good job so far, and it's been only a month since the season 1 started, and I think the new season 2 is coming soon. I don't know how often they're gonna start doing those seasons. Maybe 2 months, 3 months, maybe a quarter. Each season is a quarter. I don't know. Let me know what you guys think. Leave your opinions in the comments. Drop a like button if you enjoyed the video. Subscribe. I've also done a couple of videos on aiming. If you guys need to the game and struggle getting into it, have a look at the videos. I think they're quite helpful and could help you to settle better in Hyperscape. So that was me, Catapoo. I hope you guys have a wonderful day. Don't forget to love yourself and love others. Just be good people. Alright? Bye.